What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Day0511, aka Ricky Raymond Jr. We're back out here in another video. Now look, I got a ton of videos planned for you guys, man, throughout this week. So if you guys have any recommended videos that you would like to see me make or talk about, just let me know down in the comment section. I will most definitely look into it. But here today, man, we're gonna be talking about the Memphis Grizzlies. They had the #2 pick in this upcoming draft, which is why I'm so confused why the media is just not talking about this team, especially for what the Grizzlies actually have. Like, their decision pretty much of who they take in this draft is the decision making that they're making for the franchise today and in the near future. So right now the Memphis Grizzlies have the #2 pick in the NBA draft. They were projected to get the 8th pick, somewhere around there. They had a 6.3% to get the #2 pick and a 6% chance to get the #1 pick. Now if you guys don't know, what you should know from our video from yesterday or the other day, was New Orleans Pelicans. The New Orleans Pelicans do have the #1 pick and will more than likely choose Zion Williamson. I pray that they do. Hopefully they don't make a dumb decision and get somebody that we don't need. But yeah, I mean, Memphis Grizzlies has the #2 pick. Right now, the team roster, well, some notable people that they have on their team is Mike Conley, Valanciunas, who they acquired from the Toronto Raptors in a Lamarcus Aldridge trade, which I personally am a fan of that trade. Jaren Jackson Jr., Delon Wright, who they also, one of the young point guards that they acquired from the Toronto Raptors. But like I said, I'm a huge fan of that trade, at least in the Grizzlies' favors, because they gave up old pieces and a salary cap to be able to get Valanciunas, who's making like $16-18 million a year at the center position. They have him locked down for 3 years. And also they have a guy named Kyle Anderson. Now right now, what they need, like coming off, is they need a shooting guard and a small forward. Pretty much you can pick up production like right then and there. Mike Conley, a really underrated point guard in my opinion. Not even in my opinion. I mean, his stats just showed. I think he's just, a lot of his, what he does in the Western Conference, listen to that Western Conference where it's a stacked Western Conference, especially at the point guard position. And Mike Conley, who is, in my opinion, a two-way, most like a two-way player, but it is, you know, like I say, he's not given much credit for it due to being in a stacked Western Conference I mean, but Mike Conley played 70 games last season, 70 out of 82. He averaged 21.1 points per game, shot a little bit, close to 45% from the field goal range, 3.4 rebounds, and close to 7 assists, and also averaged 1.3 steals. Out of 70 games that he played last season, was putting on 30 plus minutes, averaging through a game. So I guess this whole thing, like I said, I don't understand why the media is not talking about this, is because a lot of people they've got Mike Conley being traded. You know, that's what they're thinking is by the Memphis Grizzlies taking Ja. But at the same time, with the Memphis Grizzlies, do they take Ja Morant or do they take RJ Barret? I mean, I guess the question that you have to ask yourself is, do you restart your franchise by taking Ja, or do you just add to it with RJ Barret? Like I said, Mike Conley, just reading off the stats that I've read out to you guys, I mean, he can compete. He is still putting up great numbers, especially for a Memphis Grizzlies team. But I think one of the things that also gets put aside is that Memphis Grizzlies is ranked 29th in media size in the NBA. So a lot of his games are not televised. It's not nationally televised. He's swept under the rug. In all honesty, these are these are all-star team stats right here. He can make an NBA all-star team with these stats right here that I'm reading out to you guys. Now, you take Ja Morant, you get a 6'3" guy that can run point guard, shooting guard. You can add Ja Morant with Mike Conley to the shooting guard position. But I just feel like the Grizzlies have to figure out, are we going to trade away Mike Conley, and who are we trading away Mike Conley for? Now, some of the teams that's popped up, I've seen one of the front runners is the Celtics, which I'm not understanding what the Celtics can give to the Grizzlies that they will want, basically, if that makes sense. I mean, what, Al Horford? The Grizzlies already have a center. Jaylen Brown, you're going to trade Jaylen Brown for Mike Conley? Like, I'm just not understanding what does the Celtics have to give to the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, if anything, the Celtics should be trying to see of keeping Terry Rozier. But the way Terry Rozier sounded in his interview, he sounds like he may be out of there. But you can either take Ja Morant, like I said, he's a 6'3" point guard or shooting guard. But I feel like one of the players that's in this draft people were just not just ignoring is RJ Barrett. I mean, I know people, they got speculating that RJ Barrett could fall down to the Lakers. That's absurd to me if the Knicks will pass up on RJ. But I mean, you would get a 6'7" shooting guard, small forward, and I think RJ can also run the point guard position if needed to. 6'7" shooting guard, small forward. Now, I think in this draft you also have to look to see who is a more versatile player. I mean, we know that Ja can play off of the shooting guard position to Mike Conley, but now that you have a shooting guard in Mike Conley, I mean, now you have a shooting guard with Ja Morant on the side of Mike Conley. So what, Ja's going to be a backup point guard to Mike Conley. I mean, you got two guys that can handle the ball, but I just think that RJ Barrett will be a way better fit than Ja, due to the fact is that who is more versatile in this draft. RJ Barrett is 6'7", 6'7". Another point guard that's in the league that's also 6'7". Ooh, I think RJ Barrett, not saying that he could be like that, but I think RJ can also step up his defense a little bit more. He could be Lonzo Ball, excuse me. Now, I know people have mixed feelings about Lonzo Ball, which that's another video coming, so make sure you guys stay tuned. But I just think RJ Barrett is just a more versatile player out of Ja Morant. Now, I'm not taking this away from Ja, that Ja isn't good, but I'm just saying for the team needs for the Grizzlies. Now, I know a lot of the media has Ja just as number 2 is because what he did at Murray State last season. And like, I'm not taking away from Ja that Ja is not a potential NBA superstar that's coming into this league. I think Ja is going to be a great player. He reminds me of Russell Westbrook. I got to watch some of his games, especially during the NCAA tournament, and like I said, I'm not knocking him. I just think that the Grizzlies would be way better off by drafting RJ Barrett, just due to his versatility and what he can bring to a team, his leadership role, and I just think he'll be a great fit with the Grizzlies. Now, like I said, the Grizzlies, if they do decide to draft from Ja Morant, it still comes down to, are you resetting your franchise, or are you just going to add to it with RJ? Now, by drafting Ja Morant, it wouldn't make sense to trade Mike Conley off for some more veterans. If that, I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but what I'm trying to explain to you is that if you trade, why would you trade away Mike Conley, who does have his contract is ridiculous, but at the same time, like I said, Mike Conley is playing on an all-star level. I think that this is definitely a guy that deserves $30+ million. Maybe not 30. He's in the same exact range of maybe 26, $28 million. I think that most definitely Mike Conley is entitled to that amount of money. And with them having Mike Conley on their roster, I don't think that you would trade off Mike Conley for another veteran or another guy on a max deal or another guy on a crazy contract. I think that if the Grizzlies were to trade away Mike Conley, they should be looking to receive younger players to add around to their young core that they already have there with Jaren Jackson Jr., Valanciunas, and maybe RJ Barrett or Ja Morant, whoever they decide they want to draft in this upcoming draft. So that's it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Who will you take? Would you take RJ Barrett or would you take Ja Morant to go with the Grizzlies team? Not just about who you like, but just let me know what you guys feel would be the best fit for the Grizzlies based off of the information that I gave you guys here today. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you like it, give it a thumbs up. And like I said, I got a ton of videos coming up for you guys, so if you guys have any suggestions for videos you want to see, let me know down in the comment section. I would definitely make an attempt to make them. It's your boy Day0511. I got RJ Barrett with my number 2 pick if I'm the Memphis Grizzlies. And yeah, I'm out.